Welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Romano. In today's video, I'm going to go over the trades that I gave you. Also, for those people who don't know how to take advantage of this advice that I give you so that you can make a lot of money, I'm going to walk you through on how you could actually take these trades that I give you and use the option market to trade. Before we continue the video, please remember, if you like my content in my channel, do thumbs up. Just press the button. It's right there to say thank you, Anthony. Thank you so much. So today's question, is it possible for a trader to predict the stock market? And the answer to that is yes. I started my YouTube channel the mid-summer of 2021, and there was a video that was very important that you should have listened to. But one of them, I actually created a compilation of all the stock trades that I gave you. That video is called, it was posted May 7th of 2022, Trader Predicted the Stock Market Direction, Yes or No. Now in that video, I go over the trades that I mentioned, and I also go over how you could have made money without actually buying the stock or the actual underlying investment. I also made a video in July, but I gave you a stock tip, and I mentioned the stock market will go down between mid-July to mid-August, no later than the first week of September. And if you look at the Dow and the SPX charts, it is a beautiful, gorgeous mountain where you're going to ski down the mountain. That's what it looks like. And in that video, you'll have to search for it. I warned you also about the last week of October. It just happened to be that also the Dow and the SPX went down. These type of movements, I predict them with the knowledge that I have from my PhD research, as well as my understanding of the stock market. The reason why I like XPX is because it does move a lot. And when you use options, and when you're a seller of options for the put side, meaning you're betting that it's going to go down, then you could make a lot of money on a move such as the ones that I've mentioned. I don't like to buy calls, enter the positions with calls, because unfortunately the stock market has a higher probability of falling down than it goes up. So any point in time, you could have the government come out or a company say this and say that, and they will push the markets up. But when the markets are pushed down, that's something really big. And you could see those moves ahead of time if you understand volatility and how to interpret volatility. So what I do is I look at the stock chart, but instead of looking at each individual company, I like indexes, because indexes tell you what's actually happening in the markets. And the Dow is also a great indicator, but unfortunately the Dow doesn't move as much with the option market. For whatever reason, I seem to make more money using the SPX. But you could find an indice that you like, that you're comfortable with, that you know how it moves, you could test it out, etc. So with that in mind, you have to remember, whenever I give you these stock tips, this is how you could actually make money with very little money. So you need to open an account for the option market. You'll have to find a company that you could basically open an account with them. The initials are TD. And there's another name to that, but I can't give you the name because they're not my sponsor yet. But that's the point. So you open an account with them. You could use their fake account called Paper Trade, and you could actually follow what I tell you. So when I tell you that it's going to drop, and I give you a stock tip that's coming up soon, you need to understand what a credit spread strategy is. Okay, just remember credit spreads. What you're doing is you're entering the trade as a seller of options on the put side, and you go out a number of weeks, a number of months, depending on what you're comfortable with. I'm not going to tell you every little detail in this video, but there's other videos that I explain this. And when you enter the market as a seller, you're becoming like an insurance agent, okay? So think about when someone's house is on fire, they run to the insurance agency to make sure that they have insurance. And what happens to the premium? It goes through the roof. Well, it's kind of like that on the option market too, because what you do is when you are, so now you enter as a seller on the put side, right? As whether it's for whatever indice you want to start a position in. When the markets drop, that becomes very valuable and the price skyrockets. So that's why you can make a lot of money when I give you these stock tips and you know what's going to happen. You could prepare. Now, of course, the market could go up and go down afterwards. I can't predict that. I just tell you when it's going to start and what to do about it. And remember, since you are a seller of options and it has an expiration date, you could keep them for a while. But you have to remember, once you make 20%, you have to get out, and you get out by selling them back in the markets. So you enter the trade as a seller of options on the put side because you assume the market's going to go down, and then you close out your trades and you buy them back. And that's how you make money on the options market based on my trades that I give you. So yes, it is possible for a trader to predict the stock market. I could actually give you many stock tips, but I don't focus on it on my channel because people that don't understand how to trade, they get pissed off at me if they lose money. So that's why I don't focus on it, and you should see the messages that I get. But when I look at the charts, it happens. It's perfect. Just look at the Dow mid-August. Between mid-July and mid-August, no later than the first week of September. Look at that beautiful train wreck downward. Then look at also the SPX, and then look at it again the first week, no later than the first week of September, I said. Perfect downward trend. And then also the last week of October, again, a beautiful downward trend. Now, you also have to understand a little risk management because I could be late on my prediction. And it has happened where basically the downward trend had happened 2 weeks, 3 weeks prior. And on the date that I say that week that it's going to be really bad or whatever I'm going to say, then it could actually have already dropped. And what happens is the people that know market news, maybe they work for a company or they work for the government or they're in relation to a government leader, whoever it is, those people affect our markets ahead of time. And they know that, let's say Texas Instruments is going to come out with something. Well, they go and buy it ahead of time. So that's how the people that know things affects the market. But you could always exit the trade, and unfortunately, every time something goes down, it has to go up, right? And you could just hold on to it. But you have to be very careful because you could lose a lot of money. And unfortunately, I'm not there to show you how to do all the steps, so it's probably difficult for you. But if you watch YouTube and look for a credit spread strategy on the put side, learn everything that you can about that. And then when I tell you, okay, this week it's going to be this, then you could enter the markets and make money. But you could also practice ahead of time and use paper trade. All right, I want to thank you so much for watching my video. Please remember to do thumbs up. It's right there. You just click it to say thank you, Anthony. If you want to watch my future videos, please remember to subscribe to my channel. This way you get them immediately because sometimes it is time sensitive. I want to thank you so much.